In mathematics, one fascinating voice is Dr. David Berlinski. He isn't a Christian, but he's a relentless critic of Darwinian materialism. Berlinski points out that mathematics reveals deep order, elegance, and design in the universe, a reality that Darwinian explanations cannot account for. And even as a skeptic, he leaves the door wide open for what secular science tries so hard to deny: the necessity of a creator. One extremely important point that Berlinski helps drive home is the fact that everything, including science, requires an act of faith.
In The Devil's Delusion, you write, and I quote, "Western science is saturated by faith." What do you mean?
You run an experiment. You put your hands in your laboratory equipment. You go away for a cup of coffee. You take a nap. You come back. You expect the experiment to be continued, and that when you put your hands in the laboratory equipment, it'll be the same. Things are continuous from one moment to another. The universe doesn't shake itself in and out of existence. Things are stable. Things are predictable. Things are satisfactorily amenable to investigation. These are all items of faith. How do you know any of these? You project backwards from the modern era to say what could have happened in imperial times, Roman imperial times. How do you know the same universe was there 1,000 years ago? You're going to leave this table in about 30 seconds. How do you know a chasm isn't going to open at your feet, Peter? You don't know that. You take it on faith. And there are thousands of remarks. These are remarks within the philosophical tradition pointing out the extraordinary extent to which, in order to advance scientifically, there's an enormous body of assumptions that have to be in place. And those assumptions can't be defended. No science, Aristotle said, ever defends its own first principles. And we can't either. It's just a logical point.
So what's the takeaway? In order for science to move forward, many assumptions must be made. Unfortunately, many of those assumptions are rooted in a limited and naturalistic paradigm.
If he were telling the truth, he wouldn't have told us.
Unless, of course, he knew you wouldn't believe the truth, even if he told it to you.